Good afternoon, all of you. Thank you for attending FIBAC 2016 and welcome to this session on transaction banking, new frontiers with digital and technology. Transaction banking in India is poised for a significant growth in the coming few years. With attractive profit margins and low capital absorption, it provides a superior return on capital for banks. However, increasingly refined client requirements lead to a growing need for sophisticated products and nimble servicing. Banks and other players who are able to cater to these rising client needs will be well positioned to win in the corporate transaction banking scene in India in the coming years. In the discussion today, we'll get the views from our panelists on what will it take to win in the corporate transaction banking space in India and what role will digital and technology play in this space. Before we get started with the panel, I would like to briefly share some findings from our corporate research done recently, as well as our perspective on how best to use digital and technology to make the best use of the corporate transaction banking opportunity in the country. Banking is going digital and transaction banking more than anything else. In a recent survey that we did with corporates around the world, we asked them for what banking needs were they using digital the most. And what you see on this page are the results from that survey. 85% of companies polled said they were using digital or technology for their transaction banking requirements like payments, cash management, and trade finance. All the other banking transactions came after that list in this survey. When we look a little deeper to understand what's driving digital, we realize that the thrust for digital is coming both from the customer side as well as the bank side. Customers are now looking for convenient, flexible, and timely solutions. They want platforms and channels to connect with and interact with other business users. And they are not happy with standard out-of-the-box products. They want tailored products and they want tailored ways to interact with their bank, all of which is only possible through the use of digital and technology. From the bank side, banks now want to drive the focus on customer retention. Banks want to use the data that they have from transactions and otherwise to improve performance and also to improve retention. And finally, all banks are under pressure to reduce cost, again which necessitates the use of technology to enable all of these from a bank's perspective. Digital is truly changing the business approach across all dimensions of banking. The relationship models are changing from being RM focused to self-service. The channels for transactions are changing from branches being the fulcrum of all transactions to customers now choosing to do anywhere, anytime banking and using online channels for transactions. The paradigm for products is changing. One size fits all does not work anymore, and clients are looking for customized products and value-added services using digital. Banks' risk appetite is changing. Banks are now not just looking at traditional ways of evaluating risk, but banks are looking at big data-based or analytics-based risk ratings and risk approaches. Pricing is changing. The rack rate pricing is no longer relevant. Banks are now using dynamic pricing, portfolio-based pricing, and customized pricing based on the data that they have about every client. And finally, we are moving away from a situation where banks had incomplete view of the client data. Today, using technology, banks have an end-to-end integrated view of their clients and are therefore able to solve or offer their products in a more relevant and appropriate context. If you look at some examples globally, banks around the world have really used digital and technology to offer best-in-class solutions to their clients. A few examples: Wells Fargo, which is well known around the world as a transaction banking champion, launched a commercial electronic office, which is an online portal which offers more than 80 products of the bank to its customers online. Clients can not only subscribe to or buy products online, but they can do end-to-end transactions on these products on this CEO portal. And this portal has seen a more than 85% adoption rate among customers of Wells Fargo. Barclays offers My Business Works to its clients, which are mostly for commercial and mid-corporate clients, which not only offers banking products, but offers value-added services like accounting softwares, business planning documents, and legal document builders. And just offering this product has improved the satisfaction rate of Barclays customers by more than 80%. In terms of multi-channel usage, Standard Chartered has built a straight-to-bank mobile app which allows the CEOs and CFOs of their corporate clients to authorize transactions using mobile phone, which again gives them a very end-to-end and fully digital experience of banking with Standard Chartered. These are some examples. Obviously, banks around the world have done a lot more, and our panel will touch upon that a little bit today. But what has been most remarkable over the last few years is the entry of non-bank fintech companies in the space of banking and more specifically transaction banking. Hundreds of new age startups have entered this space and have offered very niche technology-oriented solutions, a large amount of which are in the space of transaction banking and payments. Again, just to give a few examples, there are companies like Square and Intuit who've used technology to enable small banks and offer relevant solutions. And finally, what stands out is clients, corporate clients are ready to embrace digital. They are ready to use technology. They are saying we don't want to go to a branch, provided the right solutions and user-friendly interfaces exist, which make banking more convenient rather than more cumbersome. In the survey done this year as part of the FICCI IBA BCG study, we asked companies if they were aware of the online offerings offered by their bank and were they using it. This is a busy chart, but the right-hand side of this chart indicates companies who are using digital or online offerings of their banks, and the left-hand side indicates companies which are aware of online offerings but not using it. If you see on the top of this chart, when it comes to things like balance inquiry or changing signatories in accounts, most companies, almost 3/4 of them, have started doing it online. But as you move towards the bottom part of this chart, which talks about really doing transactions, trade transactions, forex transactions, investment transactions, you would see that 1/4 of the companies polled are not even aware that they can do it online. And another 50% are aware but are still not using these channels for doing their transactions. Barely 20–30% companies are using digital channels for doing these transactions. 25% corporates express satisfaction with their RMs explaining these offerings to them, but only 9% companies express satisfaction with the persistency that their RMs are showing in driving adoption of these channels. So banks will need to do a lot more in one, building awareness about their digital offerings, and two, encouraging corporates to use these digital offerings. When we also asked companies what was stopping them from using digital channels for transactions, not surprisingly, what comes out as number one is security, with 1 out of every 5 companies polled citing security as being a big barrier for their using online channels, for using online channels for transactions. The other two things that come out are ease of use and ease of linkage with the accounting software of the corporate and the banking systems. So really, what does it take to build a best-in-class integrated digital transaction platform? And these are some thought starters. We'll try and understand from our panel today on what their points of view on this topic are. But in our view, these 5 things are important. One, we should provide integrated access and intuitive experience. The digital channels should be easy to use, easy to understand, and easy to get onboarded and start using. Banks should provide seamless onboarding across products. Many times we've seen that corporate clients who use different online products from banks have different user IDs, different passwords, and need to log into multiple portals. That is very inconvenient, and clients would expect one common onboarding platform where they can use different products from the bank. The digital products offered by banks should be relevant, they should be circumstantial, and they should be data-driven. Banks understand a lot about their clients. They should bring that richness in the products and services that they're offering to their clients and make it specific to the clients. Also, banks should empower customers through customization. Gone are the days when one-size-fits-all, out-of-the-box products can be sold to all clients. Clients today expect industry-specific, size-specific, situation-specific products, and banks should use technology to make these available to their clients. And finally, banks should cater to end-to-end need of their customers, Client requirements are becoming complex. They want more use of technology. They want one-stop shop, and banks should therefore offer an end-to-end and technology-enabled digital experience to their customers, which will go a long way in driving adoption of digital channels for doing banking transactions.